Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
we're here.
Oh, sorry, guys.
We've never left you.
We've been here the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time? Do you think about that,
Are you,
Mrs. Doubtfire?
Are you doing that too? I was thinking that.
Every single time. I think about that on almost a weekly basis. The whole time. The whole time. And I don't even know what the context of the situation is, but I'll think about it. Because Sally Field is a treasure.
Is she?
She is.
I could take or leave Sally Field.
Wow. Okay.
Is it Field or
she's
Fields?
Not for you. Sally Field.
It's just one? Yeah, find that out.
You made me not as confident. I came in there real hot.
These are the hard-hitting questions.
I mean, people need to know. Yeah, it's Field. It's singular.
Wow.
It's only one field that she's in. She's only one person. She can't be more than one field.
She's probably divorced, right? It probably was Fields, and then
she took the S away. I don't think that's how it works.
Field. She's like, I'm actually gonna keep it. I'm just gonna drop the S.
Yeah.
Singular.
Mm.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I what has she done really? Flying Nun? Who cares? Let's be honest.
Dare you? She did the Smokey and the Bandit. Wasn't that her?
Nobody watches that movie for her.
Okay, but she was in it. She was in... I'm trying to think of the movies that are near and dear to my heart besides Mrs. Doubtfire. And I will say that I can't think of anything right now.
She was great in Mrs. Doubtfire. I must give it up. She was in Spider-Man.
Was so good. She was in Forrest Gump, also another mom.
Oh, that's true.
She was in Gidget, which I also don't
think
that
I've never even heard of Gidget.
Yeah, that was a big show back in the day.
Oh, it was a show?
Yeah.
What was it about?
It's just like, she's like a cutie little cutesy wootsy.
Oh.
That's all I have for you. It's just like a little cutie Gidget. Yeah, I'm looking through these movies and she was the voice of the cat in Homeward Bound. So...
I never saw Homeward Bound.
Soapdish. Oh my God, Soapdish was super good.
I feel like you're proving my point right now.
It was. Soapdish was really good, but I am proving your point.
She was in Shampoo.
Yeah. Well, that's a different thing entirely.
Yeah.
I think there is a movie called Shampoo.
There is. Carrie Fisher was in it.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, she was in it. Yeah, I mean, she's great. I guess
we don't see eye to eye.
She's fine.
That's okay.
It must really suck playing Aunt May and then Marissa Tomei hots it up and you're like, oh well, nobody
coming in.
Nobody cares about a not hot Aunt May anymore.
Yeah, Marissa Tomei is a smoke show and a half.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, there's something about her too that's just like, I feel like she's always kind of like in a rush and hot. You know what I mean? She's like, okay, let me grab some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm Marissa Tomei and oh God, everything's everywhere, but I'm still super hot.
She's
her
got
hair's
single
a little
mom
disheveled.
energy.
She has what?
Single mom energy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, fully here for that.
Well, she's probably, I'd say for like the last 15 years, that's probably all she's played are just single moms.
Yeah.
Trying to get with John C. Reilly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or John C. Reilly-like characters.
Yeah. You're talking about one specific movie in particular.
I'm talking about all of them.
Yeah, okay. All right. You know what? You got me. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because the only movie I'd seen her where I didn't visualize her, well, there's actually two. There was another one I saw with like Robert Downey Jr., which is like the one, I can't remember what it was. Only the one, whatever. It's like a rom-com.
Iron Man.
No, I was going to mention My Cousin Vinny.
Okay.
Which I recently, not too long ago, watched with you for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was taken aback.
Yeah.
That Joe Pesci was romantically involved with like a 28-year-old Marissa Tomei, and he's like 49.
Yikes.
It really unsettled me.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that out of my head.
Do you think they did it for the part?
Like,
because they had good chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, they could play off each other, but like I couldn't picture them romantic. Like
they had chemistry almost like a father-daughter.
I was gonna say,
like
yeah.
Chemistry.
Yeah, there's like a little like push off.
Like why are you being a fuck up?
She's like,
you fucking up, not me.
I'm gonna tell you the facts, okay, Vinny?
Yeah.
I will tell you the facts and the facts only. And he's like, all right, I'm Joe Pesci and I'll listen to you.
You do that voice so well.
I was like, no, it's more nasally. All right, I'm Joe Pesci. I was in Home Alone 1 and 2.
Wow.
Ah. Casino.
Why does your Joe Pesci
Sharon
sound
Stone
like
gave me a blowjob.
she runs a flower shop?
She runs?
Yeah.
A little bit. I
like
know. It's just like really, you know what? He could if he wanted to. I'll
get you some flowers.
You want a dozen roses? Coming right up.
Yeah.
You're my favorite customer.
I'm Joe Pesci.
Yeah, exactly.
Da-da-da-da-da-da, Joe Pesci.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is a short-lived sitcom that was on.
Yeah.
Between 78 and
Did you ever see that movie he did he did it in like the mid-aughts? Like it was kind of like after his career. He had already retired and then like he came back to do this one movie that was like straight to DVD. It was called Love Ranch. And it was the first time he had acted in anything in like probably like 10 years. And it was him and Helen Mirren. They were running.
I love her.
It was loosely based off of a true story about I want to say like the first
brothel,
legal brothel in Nevada.
Okay.
And he looked like shit.
I
was like, oh, dude, you went down real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was makeup. I don't know if they were trying to make him look like that, but he looked.
It was rough.
He looked awful. And I'm like, oh, I see why you did it. It's because you have like a degenerative disease or something.
Already not a very good looking man.
Yeah, he looks awful.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Not to talk about people's looks, but here we are. We're already here. He's fine. Yeah, I didn't see that one. It's interesting when actors do that and you're kind of, when they get older and you're like, oh, this actor we love, but you're like, this isn't, maybe you should stop. Maybe it's not your game anymore.
Yeah.
And I hate to be the one to say that because I'm sure it's rough. But there does come a time when you see people in movies that are getting up there and you think, this is, maybe a couple more and we slow it down.
I feel that way about a lot of people.
Me too.
Across a lot of different careers.
Yeah. Oh, just in general? Mm-hmm. Sure. I get it.
I feel like there are a lot of people in the zeitgeist who are just a little too old to be doing what they're doing.
Like most politicians, am I right?
It's definitely an issue.
Am I right? Why are you 79 and still in office?
Yeah, it's definitely
Get him out of there. You don't know how the world works anymore.
Well, I'm not making any sort of assertions here.
Have you seen that? Just to make an assertion, did you see that the clips of like the TikTok, like owner of TikTok having discussions with Congress about TikTok?
No.
Oh my god.
Well, I did because it was talking about like they were like there was like, do I need to type in my Wi-Fi password to get on to TikTok?
Yeah, this is like talking to your grandparent, giving them.
You mean like, do you have to get on your Wi-Fi network to access something on the internet? Yeah. Do I need to do that? Yes or no?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Let me get back to you on that.
There's a guy on TikTok that like does a lot of impressions of people. I'm not even gonna try one. He's so funny, but it just says like, you don't know how things work anymore. Things have changed too drastically.
Yeah.
People are like, you don't know, and it's like, well, I'm old. Like, yeah, that's the fucking get out.
Yeah.
You don't know what's happening anymore. You don't know how the world functions.
And I don't even think it really requires like that much more knowledge. Like, you really just need to know how to connect to the internet.
Right. Already difficult. Can't do that.
How to download an app.
Too much.
Like, you need to be the bare minimum, I think, for politicians is really just the bare minimum for like all Americans.
But they don't know their Apple password. So then they're just like their Apple ID. So they're like, well, I guess this is just how it is now. Maybe
that could be, an interesting niche. One could carve out for themselves like a consultant who just focuses on, kind of like a lobbyist who just like brings like congressmen up to speed or congress people up to speed with technology, like to really like explain like important IT concepts to them in ways that they can understand. I feel like that would be a really good. I wonder if that's a thing.
Or you just push them out of there.
Well, that's not going to happen.
I'm just saying that solution is better.
My solution is more realistic.
Okay. Is it though? Because will it stick? Probably not. I think your solution is less realistic because I don't think that it will be successful since their minds are mush.
It probably won't matter in like 10 years though, right? When you think.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to be so salty when I'm like in my 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like, oh, no, I'm still useful in society. You know?
Yeah.
It's rough out there. So on the flip side, sorry you're old, you know?
Yeah. I'm also sorry that you're old. It's like, I feel like it's like, when you have like a lot of like old leaders,
Right.
you almost feel like you feel a little shaky, right? 'Cause you're like, oh, this is all we got.
Right.
Fuck.
Yes.
Because like, I don't know if like that's what happened in like before the Nazis took over in Germany. Like they're the German chancellor, like he was, or whoever the head of state was in Germany at the time. Like he was old. He was old.
Yeah.
He was super old.
You're not trying to give up that power.
And he was like the last he was like the last like well-liked leader that was sort of like holding the line before Hitler was like, yeah, it's going to give me everything. And then I think at the last minute, he was like, I'm dying now, so I guess you can have it because I don't know what else I'm going to do.
Hitler's like, excellent. I'm going to commit genocide. Thoughts? I'm just going to do it anyways.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you don't have someone like ready to go, like
right.
it's definitely going to create a vacuum.
We just need some we got some back pocketers,
Yeah.
They go, we just scooch someone right in. We got it.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying, if someone steps down, we got the next person. We got people vying for these positions.
Yeah, but are they people that anyone wants?
That's a subjective question.
When are you going to run for office? Why don't you do it?
Oh my God.
Let's get it out right now.
I am running for councilman, councilperson. I don't know.
Comptroller.
It's so funny because I feel like any kind of attention, while I also love attention, it is more focused on, like, if I'm on stage, it's kind of like, I'm up here, I'm gone, whatever. But if it's attention to the public, I mean, I have a couple TikToks, but like, they don't I'm not getting a whole lot of views. I'm able to still be in my little anonymity bubble.
Yeah.
But if I were to be a politician, people will just start getting in my life, uncovering shit.
Yeah.
We're having discussions about everything. I just feel more seen, and that's very scary to me.
Yeah.
On top of just like the pressures of, succeeding and trying to fulfill the needs of my constituents.
You don't have to worry about being successful in politics. You just have to stay there.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean...
Yeah, but I put a lot of pressure on myself.
Who's accomplished anything in office, really?
That's true if you think about it. Probably no one. Honestly, no one's done anything.
Just blackpilling the people here.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it'd be great for your TikTok career if we could get you like a cabinet position.
Yeah.
And then you could like start doing TikToks like in like a government building, like in like the Oval Office. Like imagine like if you could do TikToks in the Oval Office, right? And then people would see it, like, oh my gosh, she's in the Oval Office. Oh wow.
Just say, can you talk?
Oh my God, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And then people would be like, oh my God, what's this person up to? They can shuffle really well in the Oval Office.
I mean, why else get elected but to be famous on TikTok?
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I would probably do it.
People have it backwards.
Career.
They get big on TikTok to get in office. It needs to be the opposite.
That's not how you do it. Sorry, guys.
You're supposed to move up, not down.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so that's what I think we should do.
Okay, well, I got big plans.
And then the more followers you get, Patreon, right? You get Patreon subscribers. They bring in money, and then you can use that money to then change the world. Okay, that's the only way you're really going to get anything done is through TikTok.
You could be my manager.
Okay.
Until our relationship is drastically negatively impacted.
Yeah.
And then we have like a big falling out.
Okay.
And then like time passes and I see you and it's raining and I'm in a coffee shop and you're about to catch a cab and just we won't even name the city and I'm like, oh my God. And you look over and you do a little like wave.
Yeah.
And I do a little wave back and we both know it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And then it fades to black.
Oh my
God.
Die.
It's dead.
And then we both die.
Well, I was fading to black like a movie, but I'm like,
if
it fades, right. the circle's been completed.
Yeah.
There's no need to like live any longer.
Okay.
You know, we figured it out. We're good. I think that's the only sensible conclusion.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Thank you.
Wow, that's such a great way to end the movie. I think that's how the last Spider-Man movie ended.
That's what I think.
So it's, I don't know if...
Honestly,
that might be copyright infringement. I think you actually got that from Spider-Man.
All right. You got me. There's not an original idea anymore. It's too hard.
TikTok and to get to Office or vice versa. That is an original idea.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. I've just been, I think it's probably just because I've been seeing a lot of House of Cards clips in my TikTok feed.
I've never seen it.
Me neither. Which is why I'm enjoying it, because it's like, ooh, it's just like, I don't feel like I need to watch House of Cards. So it's like I avoid the like, oh, well, you can't watch it because Kevin Spacey's in it. Right. Because now it's just like, well, it's just between me and my TikTok feed.
Right. Oh, that's a personal relationship.
And I didn't have any choice over whether or not it played.
That's not on you.
My only choice is whether or not I move on.
And I mean, you're curious. You're a curious cat.
I am curious.
It's up there. Who are you to deny watching it?
Yeah.
You're not seeking it out.
I didn't.
It's arriving at your doorstep.
Exactly. I didn't go out of my way to find it.
No. You are not a bad person.
And then once Kevin Spacey's on my screen,
you look away.
No, he's so charming. He's so magnanimous.
Oh, you lost me.
You know?
Trash
so
now.
it's hard. It's hard for me. I'm just saying it's hard for me to skip in those moments.
I mean, I agree. He's a phenomenal actor, but also complete trash, obviously.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. Not an endorsement, just
No, it's just what the people are saying. We're just relaying information from what we know from the public.
Yeah, from the pubs.
From the pubs. I'm going to ask you a question.
Please.
I'm just going to switch gears really quick.
Please.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I feel like there are a lot of things that plague me when I was but a child, and still sometimes now.
Yeah.
And I'll name some of them, but I'm interested to know, like, what are some of your like childhood fears or things that you watch that you still think about? Because one of mine was hardcore fear of ventriloquist dummies.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say hardcore porn.
Oh no. Oof. Very troubling.
Dudes coming in.
Oof.
Ladies.
Yeah. Nope. That's not what it was.
So ventriloquists.
Yeah. No, the dummies.
The dummies, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Very scary to me.
So not the ventriloquists.
No, they're just people.
They're just people.
They're just humans. So you wouldn't know.
They're the real dummies.
You wouldn't know that they're like. Are you thinking about what I'm thinking about? No, you think I'm laughing at your joke.
Oh,
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at what's that movie we recently watched? Ventriloquist.
Well, I didn't watch that.
The Kung Fu movie.
Oh, Kung Pao.
Kung Pao.
Yeah.
I can't explain. That's
Colin Powell.
Yeah, that's right. Anyways, moving right along. My apologies for not laughing at your stupid dumb joke.
You didn't think that was funny?
I didn't even know what you said because I immediately thought about the Kung Pao movie, and I don't think you can repeat it. Yeah, you're okay. You're fine. Okay. Did you poop?
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't do that.
A little bit.
Anyways, so that was a big fear of mine. Like I could not
the dummies.
The dummies. I couldn't walk by and see one. They made me very uncomfortable. A lot of dolls did.
Yeah.
Because it was a scary dolls. It was just a scary thing, they just seemed like very innocuous and unassuming, and you're kind of like
soulless.
Yeah, and soulless. You don't know what's going on in there. I mean, I had all of these fears that a doll would just start walking up to me or it would move. I mean, a lot of that stuff. So what about you? What about you?
Well, can I ask you some questions first?
Yeah, please. I'm really excited for it.
We can't get off of this just yet.
Oh, no. Did I move too quick?
Well, I just need more information on the dummies. I mean, that's already
we're back to the dummies. Okay.
That's already an intriguing fear.
Okay, cool. Back to me.
So, question 1. Growing up in Cleveland in the 90s and early aughts, how many dummies were you coming across on a daily basis?
More than you'd think.
More than, okay. Well,
no, not really.
Yeah, give me a fig.
It's so funny. I not a lot. Like I definitely had there was a store I'm pretty sure it was which you've been to Coventry. It used to be called it was called Big Fun cuz it was like fun in large quantities as fun as only one wants to have. And I'm pretty sure they had
What's it called?
Big Fun.
Big Fun.
Yeah. And what's funny is
Wow.
like the original store was pretty small. And they had
It's like that gay bar over on Bardstown. It's called Big Bar.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really tiny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's like the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's unexpected.
Yeah, please continue.
Thank you. So there was a ventriloquist dummy in there, which I feel like usually when I saw them, they were up high, which also made me nervous because it's like, well, I don't want you down low, like I don't want you near me, but also you can kind of check me at like you can see all angles, so that's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And then I think if I went to like a swap meet or like flea market or something, I sometimes run across like an antique one or something. It wasn't that often, but I was so scared of it. Like it wasn't just like, oh, they freaked me out. I was very scared of them.
How were they dressed? Were they wearing suits?
Bow
ties?
I picture suits every time. I don't think they always were. Some of them were ladies. Ladies, or I don't know, assume. Yeah.
That's what we call them.
Is that right?
Yeah, dumbettes.
Okay.
The female dummies.
All right. I don't know why they can't all just be the same. Can't make them all equal.
Well, they
dummies.
are now, but that was, in
that's
the 90s.
of the time.
Yeah,
of the time.
They were gendered
right,
in the
course.
90s.
You're right. That's true.
Now it's
it was
all
a
just
different
dummies.
Time. It's all dummies.
Yeah.
So infrequently, but in like still enough,
Was it because of that Goosebumps episode?
I was,
honest.
it really could have been.
Yeah.
Because I actually read the books first.
Oh, really?
Not all. Yeah, there was the Night of the Living Dummy.
Show off.
I know, right? I know. I read the books. I read the book.
I read the Goosebumps books.
I believe I did. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was the book. And I had to, when I was reading the book, I had to put it down because I was really freaked out.
Yeah.
And I think there was maybe there was an Are You Afraid of the Dark something going on.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, and I don't know if anyone knows about this. I would be delighted if anyone had this. I had a Are You Afraid of the Dark cassette, which played me like a book on tape. It played me stories.
Oh, wow.
And I would love to find that. I don't even know how I would, but I remember sitting in the hallway listening and getting really freaked out. But there was one story. It's kind of like House of Wax, where this person, like this girl, gets trapped in a mall.
So like a Tyler Perry thing, House of Wax.
Exactly. That's that's what it is. So, Medea comes out and you're like, oh, what? So she gets trapped in the mall, I think. And like the mannequins look a little bit weird, and you come to find like, it sounds like they're saying stuff. This person is turning people like into mannequins. So they're all real people being, Isn't that
a Paris Hilton movie? Like, no
that's
joke.
House of Wax.
That's House of Wax.
Yes.
Did you say Paris Hilton?
No, I just said House of Wax. Like,
okay.
I just said the movie.
Yeah, and I got it right.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
Did you say Paris Hilton? No, I said the name of the movie. You fucking. I just said Paris Hilton. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that also was a terrifying potential outcome.
Okay.
Potential scenario.
You don't want to become a dummy.
I'd rather not. If I had the choice, I would say no.
Yeah.
That's just me, just personally. So, yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay, so that's your irrational fear. Here's mine.
Yes.
My irrational fear as a child was I was really afraid of my alcoholic uncle Jimmy. He when I was a kid, when I was like 9, we my mom got separated from my dad, and so we lived in Louisville for summer. And when she had to go to work, I went to my Aunt Nancy's. We know Aunt Nancy well. Ray Liotta lookalike, infamous Ray Liotta lookalike Aunt Nancy.
Right. Absolutely.
We'll put a pic in the show notes.
Definitely.
And so we would go over to her house, or I would go over to her house. They would babysit me, and then at always 5:00, Uncle Jimmy come home. And he
Big Jimmy.
Big Jimmy. That's what we call him, Big Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
There's little Jimmy and Big Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris. So the black sheep.
Ooh,
of the
Chris.
family. Yeah, Chris.
You're not a Jimmy? Interesting.
Yeah, not a Jimmy. Doesn't look like a Jimmy either.
Yeah.
And he would just, and he, there's never anything wrong with the guy. He just, he just liked to sit on the couch and, he'd go to work, he'd come back, he'd sit on the couch, go to the strip club.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be there most of the night, and then he'd come back, and then, so I probably wouldn't see him more than 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes total. Because by the time he came home, mom would pick me up. And I think, when you're a kid, you just read energy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
And you just had to do guesswork because you didn't see him that long. So
right.
Just like, ooh, what is he doing?
I never knew him. Like, I was never introduced to him. It was just like, oh, I'm hanging out at this dude's house, and now he's here, And I think they used to tell me he would he would just stay up all night, just drink, just slam it, just crushing beers by himself on the couch all night. And he would just become like incoherent, lose consciousness. And he just piss his pants.
It smelled like
while he was watching TV. There were a lot of smells.
Got it.
In that
How
house.
can you differentiate?
It's hard to sometimes it's hard to separate the mustiness of piss with the stain of smoke.
Yeah.
In the walls and the ceiling,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to really tell a difference.
Mm-hmm.
It really all just ends up smelling like one big bowling alley.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. That makes sense to me.
Aunt Nancy's house is like a bowling alley without the fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
the most fun I had was playing PlayStation because my cousin Chris had a PlayStation. Anyway. So I would say that was an irrational fear because I never had any reason to actually fear him.
But that feels like more of a realistic threat. I would say that.
Just a dude who drinks a lot and goes to strip clubs.
Because it's like you don't know what he's capable, and he wasn't giving you any attention, so you're like.
I think that was another part of it. Yeah, I think there was one time he was even like, "Hey, you don't have to be afraid of me."
Oh my god!
And I'm like, it makes me even more afraid. Of you.
I'm so afraid of you.
This is the only thing you said to me. The only thing you ever said to me is, "Don't be afraid of me." I'm like, Yikes. I'm so afraid of you now.
Yeah, he didn't make you feel welcome and warm and fuzzy.
Yeah,
wasn't like, "I'm so glad you're here, Adam." He's like, "You don't be afraid of me." Gets really in your face.
Yeah, and he looked like Mr. Burns, but like 80 pounds heavier.
Okay.
Or maybe 100 pounds. We'll say 100 pounds heavier.
So menacing.
Yeah.
Did he do that thing with his hands? Like he was plotting?
No. He just, because his hands had a beer and a remote.
Right. He couldn't.
They were taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were occupied.
He had no time to plot.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's one of my irrational fears. Do you want another?
Yeah.
Or should we wrap
Trade
up?
off?
Or should we?
No, I think we should.
Do we have time?
Do
we have time?
We have time. Can we check?
Do we have time for that?
Yeah, we got some time.
Producer?
We got some time. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And yep.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, I don't know how irrational. See, I think that's the qualifier, right? Like I was definitely afraid of spiders.
Sure.
As a kid, any bugs I was afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, that wasn't so irrational.
No, that makes sense.
Spiders are scary,
and they can hurt you.
And oh my god,
what?
I mean, heights.
Oh yes. Also, not irrational though.
Yeah, that's true. Because I could.
You could die. I mean, not to make you more scared of heights, but you could fall and die.
Oh my god.
Oh, can we?
Should we do this?
Yeah, we went
to Indianapolis this weekend.
Yeah,
we went to this. Was
supposed to see Rory Scovel, but
fuck you, Rory Scovel.
Oh, he's
fucking
betrayed us.
Big timed us.
He big timed us,
and I will never forgive you, dude.
No.
This dude canceled on us the week of, like, oh hey, I can't do the show. I gotta film something. Mm-hmm. I got a big part. I gotta film. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, we've already reserved the hotel.
That's right.
It's non-refundable. Like, what do you want us to do? Get fucked?
And tell the people when it was rescheduled. What day of the week?
For a Wednesday. In Indianapolis.
Like, we would have to go in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Take a day off of work.
I don't want to be in Indianapolis on a weekend.
We don't need that.
Much less a weekday.
It was fun though. Not to come for Indianapolis.
Yeah, it was a good time.
We did have a lot of fun.
We had a great time. It was beautiful, and
it was great.
Well, we went up this memorial. It was like an observatory. It was a monument, right?
It was a monument.
It was like the soldiers in war, whatever monument.
Yes, it was Civil War.
It was a Civil War monument. It's big, if you know anything about Indianapolis, it's really like the only thing to do there is to see this giant obelisk.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right.
No, I liked it. Let's just keep it.
But we went up in there like, oh, let's check out. I was thinking like, there was a door, you could enter it. I was like, oh, it's like a little museum. We'll check that out.
That's also what I thought.
That's right.
Yeah, I was on board with that.
See, that's
we're on the same page.
That's how this went left. Is we both thought it was a museum. Quick. We went in.
We were like, it's open. Had no idea. Awesome.
Yeah, and then they're just like, oh no, you want to go up the elevator? I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. And
it happened so suddenly. You want behind the yellow line, you want to go up, cool, behind the yellow line, and then we were just in it.
Yeah, and they're like, do you want to share this elevator with 2 other people? And I'm like, I guess elevators are usually fun.
Yeah, why would you ask us? We just go in.
And then we get in and it's like, oh, it's only big enough for like 2 people.
It's
like,
big enough for 4 like average size people.
Oh yeah. Or
barely.
2 Americans, we'll say.
2 Americans, right? Coming for you, America.
Yeah, but we got up there, and as soon as we got in the elevator is when I realized what was happening. I'm like, oh fuck,
mistake has been made.
I'm in trouble. And then we went up the elevator, and then how far up in the air do you think we were?
I don't know. I remember them saying it would take 220 steps to get to the top, I think.
Okay.
It was like an absurd number of steps if you wanted to walk. Or maybe it was it was a lot of walking. So it was relatively high up. I can't tell you like in length. But it was enough for the I mean, I know the elevator was like slow and old, but
yeah.
It took us a second to get to the top. Like it was going for a minute. And once we got to the top, we had to take the stairs to walk up the rest of the way.
Yeah, and those steps were so cramped. Like
they were
you're
so
clearly
narrow.
Like Soldiers and Sailors Monument is what it is.
I feel like if I was like even like an inch wider, I would not have made it. I mean, they were really, really narrow.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 284 feet 6 inches high. Only 15 feet shorter than the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, really?
They fucking put that on the.
Interesting. We're so close. Like 15 feet is a lot, but also the Statue of Liberty is pretty big. So
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So it was terrifying. I started hyperventilating. My legs just turned into jello immediately. I was weak.
You were getting uncomfortable in the elevator.
I was getting, as soon as I realized what this was, I was like, oh no, we can't do this.
Yeah.
We can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do this. And then, we had to immediately go down. We didn't even get to.
You were being a trooper.
The observatory.
Adam was making his way up, and I was just like, la 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 la, walking out there, la la. This is narrow. Like I was just kind of in my head.
It's the gorge all over again.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I noticed it was narrow, and I was kind of just going, and I turn around, and you're just like holding yourself, and 100% starting to hyperventilate.
I'm just like my hands are just glued to the rail,
as though you're going to fall. Also, like you were being so mean to yourself. I totally get why it was frightening. Yeah. It makes complete sense. So we didn't get to the top. I mean. You were I don't know how much longer you would have gone, but I was like, did you just turn back? And you're like, oh my God, is that an option? Like, yes, it isn't. What are you doing? What? You are honestly, I would not be surprised if you fainted. I'm not even. I think if we'd gone,
I could have fainted.
You could have. Yeah. You were. Yeah. I've never. I mean, well, the gorge was also bad.
Did you see my color? The color of my face change?
You looked. Honestly, you looked like you were doing everything in your power to not appear freaked out and completely freaking out. Like, it was really interesting to watch as someone, you are usually so, like, your emotions are so in check, you're put together, you're level-headed. And in that moment, I mean, you were just very much, out of control and, like, emotionally in the sense of you were just not okay and so afraid. And I was like, we can't continue what are we doing? We have to go back.
Well, it's one of the few things my cool demeanor cannot repress.
You tried so hard too.
Is heights.
You were like, "Oh yeah, can we?" Like, yeah, obviously we. I don't want to go up there.
Should we?
Yeah, and you felt bad, and I was like, I didn't even need to go up in the first place.
Yeah,
but I think you're right. We kind of felt like we had to as we walked in.
This.
You're like, do we?
View of Indianapolis.
And it's like tiny up there, right? You get to the there's no way there's a lot of room for us to stand. I can't imagine. But with that nice couple from Oregon.
Oh, I know.
They're so nice.
And you're like making small talk with the couple.
Because we're
like,
so close.
I'm so like, just like, I'm going to die right now. You're like, oh, so what brings you here? Oh.
Where are you from? Oregon. Oh my God.
That's a ways away.
Oh.
Business?
You guys drove? Oh my God, that's crazy. How long did it take you?
I was like, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, you're like, I'm looking over, I'm like, oh my God, I don't think he's okay. Anyways, yeah. But that's
just our dynamic.
That's just our dynamic. That is 100% how it goes.
Fire and nice.
Then when we finally got down, I mean, it took you a good minute to settle yourself. We were walking around for a little bit and you kept like, I still feel weird.
I was having trouble catching my breath. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to sit down.
It took us, we walked quite a chunk more before we sat down at a park bench.
Yeah.
And you were still like, ooh, I don't feel good. You still needed a minute.
Yeah, it was rough.
I think in that moment you were still trying to push down those feelings of fear. Because you felt dumb. I mean, you were so mean. You're like, I don't know. It's stupid. I'm like, it's not stupid. It was so narrow. I totally get it.
Well, I think I was just trying to rationalize it out. I think what I was really trying to do, I don't think my intent was to be hard on myself. I think I was just trying to explore maybe the feeling in that moment and try to figure out where it was coming from.
Yeah.
And acknowledging that, like, this isn't irrational because I am fine. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
It's in a completely enclosed space. Like, I couldn't fall if I wanted to. Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only danger would have been the elevator, like, falling back down. Mm-hmm. But even then, like, it's just going to be back at the bottom of the ground, which is where I want to go, really.
Right. You're like, excellent. That's what I want. I would love it if it did that.
Like, there was nothing truly dangerous about that situation.
Yeah.
Other than my fear taking over and making me hold everyone hostage.
Yeah.
Until someone got me an elevator ride back down.
Right.
That was the only real danger.
Right.
I'll fuck this baby up if you don't give me a helicopter off this monument.
Can you believe this guy? Oh my God, he's a character. Baby, you have to stop right now. I don't want to be arrested.
Yeah. So and then you took me under a bridge in Indianapolis, which was great.
Okay, I didn't know about the bridge.
That was really cool.
We were walking everywhere, and I tracked we were supposed to walk towards the restaurant we were going.
Yeah. And
it was still like a little over a mile, but we're like, that's not bad. I think it was like a 29-minute walk, whatever. I can't remember the exact time. But anyways, we were walking and everything's good, and then we had to walk under this bridge, this not well lit bridge. If we were to get mugged, it would be very easy for the person to get away with it. I mean, they could just come out of a shadow and just because there wasn't a whole lot of cars going back and forth, and I guarantee
it was pretty empty.
They would not have stopped. I mean, I do not think we would have been saved. They would have just gotten away with our money, and I'm like, oof.
A dude came in on his bike, and I was like, oh my God, he's on his bike,
and I was trying to be.
He could get to us easily.
Could grab a hold of our possessions and ride off.
Yeah, but we were fine.
We were okay, but there was a moment. I always try to be like, whatever, but I was for sure nervous about it. And, that's
privilege right there, honestly.
Yeah, I know.
I
thought about it.
I can't even fucking walk under a bridge without really, like, getting super nervous that something's
You were holding your pearls. You got out pearls that I guess you had the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, you clutch them real hard.
I clutch I mean, as much as I, empathize and care about the homeless, I see a dude talking to himself, windows going up.
Right. Yeah.
It happened today. We were on the corner
I know.
of Lexington. I saw a
Yeah.
guy talking to pacing.
Yeah.
He's got just a bunch of stuff on the ground, like all of his things. And I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
yeah.
bless him. Heart goes out to him.
I think that we also need to be realistic about, being empathetic and also being safe.
Yeah.
Because when you are in that place, and we're not sure what kind of, things he's dealing with, and mental illness, substance abuse issues, and there's, a number of things. And this is an issue we need to address, and we can have, again, empathy and compassion for people, but that doesn't mean we have to be stupid also.
Yeah.
Just to be like, oh no, I shouldn't be worried, when people are also dangerous, and we don't, I mean, it could be, and that's nerve-wracking. I get nervous if I see men because they're scary.
Oh, sure.
I get nervous if I'm just walking by myself anywhere. And I don't want to see someone and I'm like, well, this is stupid. I don't want to judge them. I don't know them. I don't know what anyone is capable of. I think we need to be wary. So yeah. I get that, but I also get the guilt of feeling like assumption. I know it's hard. But also, you don't know him.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I think as our society progresses, I did say progresses.
Yeah.
It's just going to be more and more, like, we're just going to be more and more isolated.
Yeah.
In the real time, like in the person to person.
Yeah.
Like I think we're so much more connected than we ever have been to people of like
yes
ideas.
Yes.
And like thoughts.
My algorithm in TikTok is all of the same stuff, I think.
Right. And so it's so much easier to connect with someone who already has something in common with you. But because of that, because, of the risk of trying to make a connection with someone in public, we're just becoming less and less likely to try to make a connection with someone in public.
Right.
Like, I feel like being able to make a connection with someone in broad daylight, I feel like that's a dying art.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something that 20 years from now, a lot of people are going to be able to do.
I think I agree. We're losing connection.
And I'm not saying that's a
world.
good or bad thing. I'm just saying that's my observation.
No, I think so. I mean, I do feel like it hurts us because that loses our sense of community in the real world and how we help each other and everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can watch something on TikTok and say, "Oh, I'll send them money," or or I'm sharing this and information and updating, but when you're out, on the town and someone's having a bad day and you show them a little compassion, that changes everything. Yeah. But now, we're wary.
Yeah, bad day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be okay.
Well, yeah, I usually do that for most things.
Yeah.
But I was also going to say, I think that there's another issue of, depending on the person I'm talking to, I definitely make an assumption that we have the same political beliefs and values. And sometimes I'll start talking and I'm like, I don't know how this person feels. Yeah. And vice versa. If you and I have talked about people who just make an assumption because it's like, oh, well, you're another white person, so you obviously feel
you're
X.
Cool, bro.
Yeah, you're like, oh, no, we don't have the same beliefs.
Yeah.
So, it's also difficult because I think you have to tread lightly with that stuff too. I mean, I don't think it's always need to have like an intense political debate. I think that's actually really harmful. I think we can check each other, but I do think, I mean, you're so right. I'm just surrounded by people who believe what I believe, because it's like, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be around someone who I'm like, I don't believe in their politics or their values. Honestly, they barely have any morality at all, but I need someone else in my circle who can give me another take. Like, I'm not doing that.
No.
That's harmful. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like to be able to do that, but also, like, I think there's a line.
There's a line. You can have, like, maybe not so extreme. I think that's good. Like, I would like other takes.
Yeah.
And you and I try to have discussions about things if we can, but ultimately we're probably going to come to the same conclusion, if not like differing slightly.
I think it only works when you're like discussing fiscal conservative policy versus, more.
And there's nothing I like doing more than discussing fiscal conservative policy.
I mean, that shit's fine. I mean,
Right.
if we're talking about like who has the right to exist as a human being, like I think I don't know that I need to keep you in my wheelhouse of opinions.
100. Yes, there's some issues that's like, if this is something
who
we need to
deserves
debate,
rights?
Yeah. Like, no, please, I'd love to hear your take. You get to decide who is a human and who isn't. Also,
if it's anything but everyone, I'm like, we're good.
Yeah. 100%. If it's anything but everyone, do not talk to me. Please don't have a conversation with me. I don't like you. Oh my God. We just had, so not so long ago, we went to a bar that we've never been to, that is across the street from us. Wild. They have karaoke. Adam was hankering to do some karaoke, which he never got to do. Separate issue.
They didn't know how to act right.
They know how to act right.
Started fucking with the guy's
karaoke
equipment.
Dude, bless his heart, was like,
I don't need this shit.
He was so mad. He's like, they keep slamming my, because I had to know. I was like, keep slamming my equipment. I told the guys, and I'm like, oh, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, of course, well, you told them. Oh my God, you already, I don't know. They slam it. Oh, it's expensive. Yeah. Like, I'm just agreeing. Anyways.
I don't know how to respect my equipment.
I know. Like, you're in a bar nerd. At like 2:30 in the morning with a bunch of drunk, entitled people.
And it was like, wasn't it a holiday too? It was something.
No, well.
Oh, it was it was Thunder.
It was Thunder, yeah.
Which is a big holiday in Louisville.
This is like a Derby related thing, Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
But there was this couple that we chatted with who, inserted themselves in our conversation.
Yeah.
And the dude who was much older than the young lady, and they said that it wasn't romantic. It was weird. But he started talking about, and again, making an assumption about what our beliefs are about, gosh, I'm trying to think of like what comes to mind about, I mean, we were very far off on, I think he started talking about like transgender people and
well, he's talking about the whole Bud Light.
Oh, it was the Bud Light. You're right. That's what it was. Yes. I mean, it's people are just sitting here and they're like, I'm like, this is not even close to what we should be discussing.
Yeah.
Like this is so
they
people are dying.
Their whole market base.
It's so ridiculous. Shit, so I mean, on the flip side, if someone was like a Nazi sympathizer or they were like pro-slavery, I wouldn't want to participate, I wouldn't want to buy their stuff either. But this is not what that is. This is like a company being like, we believe people should exist, and they're like, no, kill them. Like, what is your take? What do you think it should be?
Yeah,
you're trying to discourage people from feeling like living their lives at their true self. What are you even saying? It's not even like, you know what I mean? It's just a discussion of someone living their life differently, and it's so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Thank you. See, this is why we're together. This is another example. This is great.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
There is no resistance or pushback. I have a rant about everything I believe, and Adam is like, yep.
I support everything you
said. To
the
point almost that I'm like, do you believe something else and you don't want to share it?
Nope.
No. That's just, you disagree.
You really hit the nail on the head.
I'm telling you this as though we're debating it, though. I always talk about this stuff with you, like, and now another thing. Don't even interrupt me this time. He's never interrupted me. Another thing. I just go on and on about it as though you're gonna dispute me at some point, and you don't. Which is kind of you, and because we believe the same thing.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page. I think that's important to be, but I also agree. I think it's, the way we kind of live in a vacuum is.
Well, I think that's ultimately the point, right? Like, this guy's trying to make a big hullabaloo about it.
Hullabaloo.
I'm not trying to make a big hullabaloo about it.
We don't love to baloo. We don't need it.
I'm trying to live my life.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to live my life.
Well, that's what it is. Like, I think everyone's just really trying to get by, and if they can put in extra time, I mean. I think it's good that we lift people up, but we can only do so much, you know? We can only do all that we can, because especially, like, we're just trying to exist and survive, and things are getting more expensive, people. I mean, it's crazy. Everything is going up, and we aren't getting compensated adequately.
Yeah.
And now we're just meant to care about Bud Light. Like, what are we doing right now?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't even like Bud Light.
Yeah, I don't like Bud Light. I like
bourbon.
I like Budweiser, or as people have told me, Bud Heavy.
The bourbon industry loves trans people.
Yeah.
They're big fans.
They
so
cannot get enough of them, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, they cannot get enough of them.
No.
You know what I was just thinking about this. This is another tangent, but I was just thinking about this because we were discussing beliefs, and then I started thinking about Spotify because of what I listen to. Like, I listen to a lot of this. I go on a rotation about what I listen to. So I listen to some true crime stuff.
Okay.
I listen to some like political stuff. I listen to some comedy, and then I have like some educational stuff and like, oh, I didn't know this thing. Blah. But I was listening to one of my podcasts, and you have commercials, obviously.
Yeah.
And I would assume, I guess they don't know about my background, because a lot of the times when you're watching something, it is meant for you in that it's specific to your demographic and some of your likes, because they're selling our information and they know what you like. So they're like, you should buy this, hair straightener. And I'm like, I am interested, actually.
Yeah.
But today I was listening.
Thank you, data mining.
Exactly. Perfect. I like that you personalize things.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast, and it was talking about, aren't you tired of lugging that propane all the way from the store? We can deliver it right to your doorstep. And I was thinking to myself, thank God you have solved this problem for me.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, it is something I never even consider. Like, there are some things that people are experiencing of such annoyances and frustrations that I'm not even thinking about.
No.
Have you gotten any of these? Are there any weird like ads? Because I was just like, it just felt I've gotten stuff on.
Where do you think that came from?
I don't know. I mean, I've gotten stuff about like better health and I don't like shoes.
Maybe I was talking about King of the Hill around you.
That's probably what it was.
That's the only thing I could imagine.
And it's probably also because I've been like propane.
Yeah. You just to test it out. You've just been talking.
Propane.
Into the phone. Yeah.
Test propane.
Yeah.
I'm just testing things just
Delivery.
to make sure it still works. Yeah. Delivery. I'm saying that in addition to propane.
Yeah.
Right. Just as a
Home
separate
delivery.
thing. Not attached to propane, which is why I was so surprised. The delivery was a separate thing I was curious about. So then when I heard the propane delivery, I was like, what? Where is this coming from?
Okay, I got a great idea for an app.
Please.
Quick pitch.
Excellent.
DoorDash for propane.
Go on. Oh.
We're going to call it Propash. Okay. And then way it works, okay, just like DoorDash, but it's blue.
Of course.
Right? And there's a P instead of a D.
Excellent.
Okay. But it's the same logo. They just put like a
little propane?
They just put the line to make a P instead of a D.
Yeah.
Oh, would you like it to be a propane?
I would like it to be a little, like, the line is a little, like, propane, a picture of propane.
Tank.
Yeah, a little tank.
But it'll be in the shape of a P. You know how, like, how people will do, like, propane art? Well, they'll weld together the tanks, empty tanks, and, like, make people out of them.
I definitely know what that is.
We'll do that, but we'll just make a P.
Okay.
But this is the logo.
Perfect.
Right? On the app. And then you just open it up. You say, hey, I need propane. Where can I get it from? Shows you all the people or all the, retail stores. And then, somebody come.
Oh my God. That could have been avoided.
I tried.
Oh, you could have done the finger.
I tried to sneeze in my shoulder.
You could have just put the finger up. Adam showed me. an easy way, like the cartoons. You put a finger, and I saw him doing it.
It does work.
Just finger it up, and he was like, "No, I need this sneeze."
Well, you should have said finger before I did it.
Well, I thought that you were smart enough.
This is your fault
to know. You need to live your life intelligently, and you're not doing that. Anyways, Propash. We
And then if you want, and if you do it regularly, if you want a discount, you could do you could get the Propash pass.
Oh, of course.
And it would be like $20 a month.
Right. Fair.
And they just automatically, deliver a tank to your door every as well, you determine the frequency.
I love
that.
I'm picturing someone doing some propane activity, and they're looking around, they're like, "Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did we forget the propane?" And then the person like berating, this is really awful. They're berating their wife. They're like, "Susie, you should have remembered the propane." And then she gets out her phone, and she's like, "Tommy, I did get the propane on Propash." And he's like about to hit her with a wrench, and he drops the wrench, and he's like, "Oh, Propash."
Yeah.
And they just stopped a domestic dispute.
Propash, save your marriage with Propash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just a very unhappy couple. I'm not
projecting.
What? I'm not projecting. Not projecting. I'm also not I'm not, what is that word?
I don't know.
Oh my god, this happens.
You have to say what it means, and then I can think of the word.
It means that I'm supporting it.
I'm
not. It's
in favor of.
No.
Endorsing.
Yeah. Okay. That's also correct.
You're not endorsing domestic
I'm not
violence.
Endorsing. I'm not endorsing it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
this is
why I can't be a politician, because of the amount of times I forget words.
Again.
It's way too much.
I don't think it's as important as you think it is.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, the only problem with the Propash is just that, odds are likely that your pasher is going to just run off with your tank, like he's just gonna keep it, or he might take a few whiffs.
Ew.
Couple of whiffs before, like with the fries, but with propane.
Sure, of course.
It's like someone's been cooking with this thing.
Damn. Okay.
He just had like a cookout before he delivered it.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful. With it, but I think overall it's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm on board. I think it's fun. I think it's funky. I think it's fresh.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad you feel that way.
I think we're on the same page with Propash.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, and I feel like I'm now going to get so many more.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Ads.
Is that the best idea I've pitched you, or
11?
Top 5.
11.
Well, it's 11 out of 10.
It's great.
Wow. Well, that's still good. That's like honorable mention. Like it's not the top 10, but it's like it's still up there.
That's correct.
So I'm gonna draft up.
You're so smart and talented,
docs.
and you never cease to amaze me.
Thank you.
At some point, I'm like, is he gonna be done amazing me? And then boom, you come back with more amazements.
You're amazing. I sang that.
That was great.
That was me just now.
Yeah. Oh, that was Fiona, but
no, she wishes.
She's tried.
Yeah, she tries.
And we have to let her down easy with that voice.
Yeah.
Real easy, because she does not take criticism well at all.
Yeah.
Any form.
Yeah.
Any form, she just cannot handle it.
She's very bullish about it.
Oh, the most bullish.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I completely agree.
Well, what do you think? We did it, right? This is great.
Listen, even though no time has passed. Which is what we want to recognize. If it had passed.
Yeah.
Whoopsies. Whoopsie poopsie.
We're just living our lives, though.
We're just
having a great time.
Our lives.
We do this for us.
And also the fans. But
that's not true. I do it to satisfy my need to get approval with people and like the world, you know. That's really what it comes down to.
Yes.
But hey, you know what? Maybe, you know, we're no promises, but maybe we'll have a little special treat for you guys in a couple of weeks. No.
Hopefully you don't have diabetes because it's gonna be sweet.
Oh yeah, gonna be sweet.
Not sugar free.
No.
Nope.
Nope. But you'll find out.
You'll find out.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.